Today we are going to talk about uncommitted prospects Marcus Stripling, Jeremiah Criddell, and Jayden Hazelwood, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we're going to talk about uncommitted prospects Marcus Stripling, Jeremiah Criddell, and Jayden Hazelwood on signing day eve, or should I say early signing period eve. Now, just to set the table a bit, Oklahoma has 19 committed prospects. The 2019 recruiting class ranks in the top 10 and could get better as we approach National Signing Day, which is in February. And to date, there are still quite a few uncommitted prospects for which Oklahoma is very much in the conversation. Now, I think this is particularly interesting on the defensive side of the ball because Lincoln Riley has had to go about this without a permanent defensive coordinator, and most people believe Ruffin McNeil is just not going to be the dude in 2019. That said, it is remarkable that Lincoln Riley and the staff have really been able to get home their message of, hey, look, whoever we hire is going to be really good. And please, don't worry about the permanent defensive coordinator, because if you were a senior on this team right now and you're getting ready to play in a college football playoff semifinal against the #1 team in the country, would you want me, Lincoln Riley, concerned about who the next defensive coordinator is or winning a national championship? And that message got LaRon Stokes into the boat. That message got Ramondre Stevenson into the boat, and we're hoping that that message gets guys like Jayden Hazelwood, Jeremiah Criddell, and Marcus Stripling in the boat, for which, if you are a VIP member on OUinsider.com, you already know a lot of how this has been going and kept up with the stories of each of these recruits. So let's start with Marcus Stripling, who is a guy I thought was going to permit to the &U, that be Texas A&M, but as the boat continued to get full, I kept asking, are they holding a spot for him? And it felt that way because when I talked to him at the opening in July, it felt like &U to me. But if you follow the reporting done by Brandon Drum, you can see that Oklahoma sits in very good position for a prize defensive end recruit. This guy has giddy up and get off like you read about. At 6'2", 260 pounds, the primary Sooners are again Oklahoma, &U, Bama, Syracuse, and Texas. But most folks show the crystal ball going toward Oklahoma. He is set to announce his commitment and signing at 2:30 on ESPN2 on early signing day on Wednesday. A lot of folks, again, would feel shocked if he didn't go with the OU. I'm still leaning toward &U, but I've been wrong before. I could be wrong on him. The next guy we need to talk about is defensive back, safety prospect, Jeremiah Criddell out of Mater Dei. So Mater Dei has been really great for Oklahoma as of late. 2020 cornerback Darian Green-Warren has already committed to the class. You still got feelers out for guys like Elias Ricks, who's a 2020 safety and perhaps the best defensive back of that group. And you also have your eye on Bryce Young, who is committed to USC, but with the turnover going on in Clay Helton's shop and Cliff Kingsbury being the offensive coordinator, anything could happen on that front. But with Jeremiah Criddell, Oklahoma was late to get his attention, but when they got him to Bedlam for an official visit on November 10th, things seemed to change for Oklahoma. And then when he decommitted from Oregon, Oklahoma felt like it was in the driver's seat. And now, approaching this Wednesday, depending on who you ask, it's Oklahoma or Oregon, but Oklahoma has been in his home. They have visited with him. DGW, I gotta know, is recruiting this guy pretty hard. That Oklahoma feels good about where they are. That said, the #1 recruit in the country, Kayvon Thibodeau, just committed to Oregon. So maybe you want to join him and this stellar 2019 class that Oregon is putting together. I think Jeremiah Criddell goes with Oklahoma, and he's set to announce what he's gonna do at 7:15 a.m. on ESPN Central Time. Right now, you got to believe that Oklahoma's on the phone with him, trying to make sure that he's the hat that they pull up on early signing day. But again, this is a defensive back who would be committing to the program and signing to the program without knowing who his defensive coordinator is going to be. And again, that is a tough sell, but it is one that Oklahoma has pulled off here even in the last 3 days. The last guy that we need to talk about is Jayden Hazelwood. Jayden Hazelwood is a 5-star wide receiver. Most folks believe that he is one of the best wide receiver prospects, not just of this year, but of the last 3-4 years, to go along with guys like Theo Weiss and Trajan Bridges, who are 5-star recruits depending on which recruiting service you hang your hat on. And with RJ Henderson's decommitment, a spot opened up And it feels like Oklahoma could end up with Haselwood if all things go accordingly. Now, there are crystal ball predictions that show Miami. There are others that show Georgia. And there's also been all this conversation about what Jayden Hazelwood's relationship with Justin Fields is. Justin Fields intends to transfer from Georgia, and perhaps they want to play together. We'll see. But Jayden Haselwood is an NFL prospect waiting to happen. His comp is Keenan Allen at the Los Angeles Chargers. He can go up and get the ball. I saw him double covered in the end zone on a jump ball. He still went up and made the play at 6'3", 195. He would also be a late decommitment and or signing to Oklahoma because he decommitted in October from Georgia, where a lot of folks thought he was going to go, and a lot of folks still think he's going to end up. But the top prospect out of Georgia has been really quiet about what he's planning to do and where he's leaning toward. We know that he took an official visit as recently as December 14th, and he is set to announce his decision on national television on January 5th, like a lot of uncommitted prospects for this 2019 class. So if Oklahoma could swing all three of these, you're talking about not just a top 10 class, but a top 5 class with perhaps the best wide receiving group in Sooner history as a recruiting class. You'd have Trajan Bridges, you'd have Theo Weiss, and you would have Jayden Hazelwood, included with a 5-star quarterback in Spencer Rattler and a 4-star tight end in Austin Stogner to go along with 2019 running back Marcus Major and JUCO running back Ramondre Stevenson. My goodness, this could be a great signing day for Oklahoma. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.